Am I the only one that thought economics was boring? All those charts and graphs, it felt so disconnected from real life. But what if I told you economics is happening all around you, right now? It's in your morning coffee, your favorite playlist, and even the decision you're making to watch this video. It's the hidden script that runs our world. It all starts with one simple, unchangeable fact: scarcity. That's a fancy word for saying we can't have everything we want. We have limited time, limited money, and limited resources. Because of scarcity, we are forced to make choices every single day. And every choice has a hidden price tag called opportunity cost. That's the value of the next best thing you gave up. So when you chose that coffee this morning, the opportunity cost was the delicious croissant you could have had instead. You're constantly weighing these trade-offs, even when you don't realize it. Now imagine you're a brilliant coder, but every time you try to make a pizza, you burn it. Your friend, on the other hand, makes world-class pizza but takes forever to write a single line of code. You could both struggle on your own, or you could specialize. You focus on coding, your friend focuses on making pizza. By specializing in what you do best and then trading, you both end up with more code and more pizza. This is the magic of specialization and trade. It's why we have doctors, pilots, and baristas. It makes the whole world richer and more efficient. But trading pizza for code is easy. What if the pizza maker doesn't need a website? This is where money comes in. Money is the ultimate lubricant for trade. It solves the trading problem by serving three key functions. First, it's a medium of exchange. Everyone accepts it. Second, it's a unit of account. It gives everything a clear price. And third, it's a store of value. You can save it and spend it later. Money makes complex trade possible. So where does all this money come from? You might think it's just printed, but most money is actually created by commercial banks. When you deposit your money in a bank, they don't just let it sit there. They are required to keep a fraction of it, but they lend the rest out. That loan becomes new money in the economy. The borrower spends it, and the person who receives it deposits it in their bank, and the cycle continues. It's a system called fractional reserve banking, and it's how the money supply expands to fuel economic growth. With all this money flowing around, how are prices set? It boils down to two powerful forces: supply and demand. Supply is how much of something is available. Demand is how much of it people want. When a hot new gaming console is released but the factory can't make them fast enough, you have low supply and high demand. That's why prices skyrocket, and people are willing to pay a premium. Conversely, if a farmer has a huge harvest of avocados, high supply, but not enough people want them, low demand, prices will fall. This dance between supply and demand determines the price of almost everything you buy. But what happens if the money supply grows too fast? That's when we get inflation. Imagine if a government just printed tons of money to pay its bills. Suddenly, everyone has more money, but the amount of stuff to buy, the supply of goods and services, hasn't changed. With more money chasing the same amount of goods, prices get pushed up. Your dollar just doesn't buy as much as it used to. That's inflation. To see the big picture, economists use a measure called GDP, or Gross Domestic Product. It's the total value of everything a country produces in a year. But what really makes a country wealthy isn't just its GDP, but its productivity, how efficiently it can produce those goods and services. Better technology, smarter processes, and skilled workers lead to higher productivity. That's what drives higher wages and better living standards over time. Scarcity, trade, money, supply, and demand. These aren't just abstract terms from a textbook. They are the fundamental rules of the game we're all playing. Once you learn these rules, the economic world stops feeling like random, confusing magic. It all starts to make sense. Before you go, please like and subscribe so we can keep making more videos. Thank you.